Welcome back to my channel. Parts of speech. Preposition. A preposition is a word, usually a short one, used to connect nouns, pronouns, or phrases to other words within a sentence. They act as vital connectors, mapping out relationships of time, space, direction, and logic. Without prepositions, our sentences would fall apart, leaving us unable to explain where something is or when it happened. 1. What is a preposition? Definition and meaning. Definition. A preposition is a part of speech placed before a noun or pronoun, known as the object of the preposition, to show that word's relationship to a nearby noun, verb, or adjective. Literal meaning. The word comes from Latin preponere, which literally means placed before, because in English, they traditionally sit right before their objects. Example, the book is on the table. Here, on is the preposition, and the table is its object. It tells you the physical relationship between the book and the table. 2. The main kinds of prepositions. Prepositions are generally categorized into 5 core types based on the function they perform in a sentence. A. Prepositions of place, position. These tell you where something is located in space. Common words: in, on, at, under, over, between, behind, beside, inside, outside, above, below. Examples: the keys are in the drawer. A bridge runs over the river. She sat between Rahul and Priya. B. Prepositions of time. These tell you when something happens, happened, or will happen. Common words: on, at, in, before, after, during, since, for, until, by. Examples: our class starts at 9 a.m. The exams are scheduled in April. He has been working here since 2022. C. Prepositions of direction, movement. These show the path or movement of something relative to a point. Common words: to, into, onto, toward, through, across, along, off, up, down. Examples: she walked into the classroom. The ball rolled down the hill. They walked across the bridge. D. Prepositions of agent or instrument. These connect a noun to an action, showing who or what performed it, or what tool/method was used. Common words: by, with. Examples: the book was written by the teacher. Agent. He cut the apple with a sharp knife. Instrument. E. Prepositional phrases, compound and phrasal. Sometimes, prepositions consist of more than one word acting as a single unit to show relationships. Common words: according to, in front of, because of, in spite of, ahead of, instead of. Examples: the match was cancelled because of the rain. He stood in front of the mirror. 3. The at, on, in rule, the core challenge. The 3 most common prepositions, at, on, in, often cause confusion because they work for both time and place. Think of them as a pyramid moving from specific to general. Preposition. For time, specific to general. For place, specific to general. At. very specific. Precise times, moments. At 5 p.m. At midnight. At lunchtime. Exact addresses, specific points. At the bus stop. At 45 Main Street. At the entrance. On. More general. Days and specific dates. On Monday. On August 15th. On Independence Day. Surfaces, streets, roads. On the table. On MG Road. On the third floor. In. Very general. Months, years, centuries, seasons. In July. In 2026. In the morning. In summer. In closed spaces, cities, countries. In the room. In Bengaluru. In India. 4 key rules to remember. They must have an object. A preposition is always followed by a noun, pronoun, or noun phrase. If a word like in or out doesn't have an object following it, it is usually acting as an adverb. Preposition: he went inside the house. The house is the object. Adverb: please come inside. No object modifies the verb come. Pronoun case: when a pronoun follows a preposition, it must be in the objective case, me, him, her, us, them, not the subjective case, I, he, she, we, they. Correct: this secret is between you and me. Incorrect: this secret is between you and I. Deep dive study material, mastering prepositions. To truly master prepositions, one must look past basic definitions and study how these words build spatial networks, shift their meanings based on verbs, and form fixed idiomatic expressions. 1. The core spatial mechanics, the ed, on, in spectrum. The 3 most common prepositions of place and time, at, on, and in, function along a strict geometric continuum, point versus surface versus volume. A geometrical space. At 0 dimensions / a point treats a location as a singular reference point on a map, regardless of its actual physical size. The train stops at the station. The station is viewed simply as a point on a transit line. On 1 or 2 dimensions / a line or surface requires physical contact with a horizontal or vertical plane, or alignment along a linear path. The fly is on the ceiling. 2-dimensional surface contact. The town sits right on the border. 1-dimensional line alignment. In 3 dimensions / a container or volume requires the object to be physically enclosed within boundaries, whether real or abstract. She is sitting in the car. 3-dimensional physical container. He works in the banking sector. Abstract boundary or field. B. Temporal progression. At pinpoints a microscopic, non-extended moment in time, at dawn, at 3:15 p.m., at the exact moment. On covers a medium, distinct unit of 24 hours, on Tuesday, on my birthday, on the morning of May 4th. In encompasses extended, continuous periods of time where the event occurs within the boundaries of that duration, in winter, in 2026, in the 21st century. Two structural types of prepositions. Prepositions are structurally diverse. They do not just exist as single, monosyllabic words, they expand into multi-word units to form complex logical connectors. Structural class. Definition. High-yield examples. Contextual application. Simple. Monosyllabic, functional structural words. In, on, at, by, with, for, to, from. She wrote the book for her children. Compound. Formed by prefixing a simple preposition to a noun, adjective, or adverb. Across, along, behind, beneath, inside, outside, within, without. True peace comes from within the mind. Phrasal/complex. Multi-word groups, often adverb/noun plus preposition, acting as a single unit. According to, in spite of, by means of, on account of, in front of. The flight was delayed on account of bad weather. Participial. Verbs ending in ing that function strictly as prepositions without a subject. Concerning, regarding, barring, considering, including. I have received no information regarding the exam date. 3 high-level prepositional nuances, the trap pairs. Advanced English exams frequently test your ability to distinguish between pairs of prepositions that appear interchangeable but alter the meaning of a sentence entirely. A into vs. In. In indicates a static position inside a boundary. Into denotes dynamic movement across a boundary, shifting from the outside to the inside. He is swimming in the pool. He is already inside the water. He jumped into the pool. He crossed the threshold from the air into the water. Be onto vs. On. On indicates a fixed placement on a surface. Onto implies active movement toward a surface destination. The cat sat on the roof. Static state. The cat jumped onto the roof. Dynamic movement landing on the surface. See beside vs. Besides. Beside means at the side of or next to physically. Besides is a logical linker meaning in addition to or apart from. Come and sit beside me. Physical location. What other languages do you speak besides English? Addition. D between vs. Among. Between is used when naming distinct, individual, and separate items, even if there are more than 2. Among is used when items are part of an undefined mass, crowd, or collective group. The negotiations between India, the UK, and the US are crucial. 3 distinct, named entities. The secret was shared among the members of the crowd. Collective, indistinct group. 4 dependent prepositions, fixed collocations. Many verbs, adjectives, and nouns are permanently bound to specific prepositions. These are called dependent prepositions or fixed collocations. Changing the preposition either makes the phrase ungrammatical or fundamentally changes the definition. Adjective plus preposition links. Accustomed to, she grew accustomed to the cold climate. Not with. Proficient in, he is highly proficient in digital design. Not at. Independent of, the department operates independent of the central board. Not from. Verb plus preposition changes, semantic shifts. Notice how changing the preposition completely alters the core verb's objective. Agree to, an action/proposal, versus agree with, a person/opinion. I agree with your analysis. The management agreed to the terms of the contract. Die of, a direct disease, versus die from, an external cause/circumstance. He died of pneumonia. They died from overexposure to heat. Blind to, mental unawareness, versus blind in, physical condition. She is completely blind to her own flaws. The accident left him blind in his left eye. 5. Advanced syntactic rule, preposition stranding. A common myth in traditional prescriptive grammar states that a sentence must never end with a preposition. In modern linguistics and descriptive grammar, this structural choice is completely acceptable and is formally known as preposition stranding. Prepositions are naturally stranded at the end of a sentence in 3 specific syntactical environments. In relative clauses, this is the book that I was telling you about. In WH questions, what town do you come from? In passive voice constructions, the old house was fully broken into. Formal note, Pied piping to avoid stranding in highly formal, academic writing, the preposition can be moved directly ahead of the relative pronoun. This formal shift is called pied piping. Stranded, casual/natural, that is the candidate I voted for. Pied piping, formal, that is the candidate for whom I voted. Exercise. Fill in the blanks with suitable prepositions. The presentation is scheduled to begin precisely 9:30 a.m. Answer, Ed. We plan to travel to the mountains, the summer vacation. Answer, during, or in. The keys you were hunting for were lying right, the newspaper. Answer, under, or beneath/on. The river flows gracefully, the historic stone bridge. Answer, under, or beneath. She has been preparing diligently for the competitive exam, last November. Answer, since. The young boy bravely jumped the deep pool to save his floating toy. Answer, into. Please place that beautiful vase, the center of the wooden dining table. Answer, in. He had to walk the crowded market to reach the subway station. Answer, through. The 2 rival companies finally managed to distribute the profits evenly. Themselves. Answer, between. The property was divided equally. All 5 surviving siblings. Answer, among. The heavy traffic forced us to stand still, front of the massive gates. Answer, in. I am extremely familiar, the rules of this particular game. Answer, with. Despite the sudden downpour, they decided to go a long walk. Answer 4. The dynamic speaker stepped up the stage amidst loud applause. Answer onto or on. This specific project operates entirely independent. The main corporate office. Answer of. The local authorities warned the tourists to stay away. The crumbling cliffside. Answer from. Her insightful approach to problem solving is quite different. Yours. Answer from. He has always been deeply interested, studying ancient civilizations. Answer in. The two nations eventually agreed the strict terms of the Maritime Treaty. Answer 2. I completely agree. Your perspective regarding the new policy change. Answer with. The stray cat carefully climbed the narrow compound wall to escape the dog. Answer onto or up. We managed to arrive at the crowded theater just time to catch the opening scene. Answer in. He has been suffering a severe bout of seasonal flu all week. Answer from. She is incredibly proficient, translating complex legal documents into English. Answer in or it. The final decision rests entirely the hands of the executive committee members. Answer in. The historic town sits right the border of Karnataka and Maharashtra. Answer on. The flight was delayed for several hours, account of dense morning fog. Answer on. He prefers traveling by train. Traveling by air because it is more relaxing. Answer 2. She was completely blind, the obvious faults of her closest business partner. Answer 2. The tragic accident unfortunately left the elderly driver blind, his right eye. Answer in. They plan to host a grand family get-together, Christmas Day. Answer on. The research team made an incredible discovery, the turn of the century. Answer ed. There is an ongoing intense debate, the students regarding the new dress code. Answer among. The weary traveler sat down to rest, the cool shade of a massive banyan tree. Answer in. Note, we sit under a tree but in the shade of a tree. He spent the entire evening walking up and the long hallway, deep in thought. Answer down. The school children ran excitedly, the playground the moment the final bell rang. Answer into or to. Who is the mysterious person standing right, the principal in that photograph? Answer beside, or next to / behind / in front of. What other programming languages are you familiar with? Python and Java. Answer besides, meaning, in addition to. The ancient monument was carefully restored. A team of expert archaeologists. Answer by. He tried to loosen the stubborn rusty screw, an old pair of pliers. Answer with. We must complete this extensive syllabus framework. The end of this month. Answer, by. The old man died. Malaria after spending a month in the tropical swamp. Answer, of. Many workers in that factory unfortunately died. Extreme exhaustion and heat stroke. Answer, from. She grew slowly accustomed, the chaotic pace of living in a bustling metropolis. Answer, to. The curious little puppy kept peeking. The small gap under the main gate. Answer, through. The pristine lake is situated high. Sea level, nestled within the mountains. Answer, above. I am writing this official email, regard to the pending invoice payments. Answer, with. They managed to drive safely, the long, dark mountain tunnel. Answer, through. The small village is located somewhere, Bengaluru and Mysuru. Answer, between. He lives, 45 Third Cross Road, an elegant locality in the city. Answer, at. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, share, like, comment.